A 16-year-old is being charged with first-degree murder after opening fire and killing a student at his high school. Administration put Matthews High School on lockdown after a fight erupted between Jetwan Cuffey and Bobby McKeithen. Officials say Cuffey fired shots in the main hallway, killing 16-year-old McKeithen. Cuffey surrendered to the police and was arrested in a classroom.
Caltech engineers, led by Professor Ali Hajimiri, recently invented the smallest recorded optical gyroscope. A gyroscope allows devices to determine direction, drones to stabilize, and bots to maintain balance. The new model is smaller than a grain of rice, 500 times smaller than the best available model, and 30 times more sensitive.
President Trump announced nearly 5,000 troops will be sent to the U.S.-Mexico border in coming months. This is an effort to stop suspected caravan illegal immigration from Mexico and Central American countries. In a tweet on Monday, President Trump said the caravan's plan was, quote, an invasion. With midterm elections next week, the White House has prioritized the immigration issue, which is a long-debated hot-button issue.
And now we head over to Allie Patterson with all of our latest campus happenings. Allie?
If you couldn't tell by all of our costumes, Halloween is right around the corner. You can join in the spooktacular spirit tomorrow at Smith Library from 3 to 5 in the Powell Room. Come dressed as your favorite book character for a chance to win a spooky prize while enjoying some refreshments. On November 2nd, you can head to Hayworth Fine Arts to enjoy the performance of opera scenes at 7 p.m. After casting your Election Day ballot on November 6th, come to interact with Mayor Jay Wagner in the Wilson Ballroom at 5:30 to hear all about how he decided to run for City Council. For those of you who are active or want to support a good cause, join others in the community completing the Jacob Carroll Memorial 5K on November 10th in Trinity, North Carolina. To kick off High Point's Global Entrepreneurs Hip Week, there will be a fall banquet held on November 12th with prizes awarded up to $5,000. You can find out all this information and more for upcoming events in your email from Campus Concierge. I'm Allie Patterson. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Allie. Looks like campus is busy this spooky season. It looks like Venice is going to need a lot more gondolas. 3/4 of the city flooded with water after a historic high tide. Tourists and residents faced nearly 2 feet of water in the streets, trudging through with rain boots. These water levels haven't been seen since 2008. A series of underwater barriers would have prevented the massive flood. Venice Mayor Luigi Brugnaro says that cost overruns and corruption scandals have stood in the way of completing the project.
Alarming news from Indonesia. A flight with 181 passengers crashed just 13 minutes after takeoff on Monday. The plane was a new Boeing 737 taking off near Jakarta, heading towards Bangka, an Indonesian island. And the plane reportedly had a few issues the night before takeoff, but did not indicate any emergency. Authorities have retrieved several bodies already, which they believe to be passengers. The director of Indonesia's search and rescue team say they're predicting no survivors. And now, we welcome back the man, the sports connoisseur, the legend, and the greatest good I am ever going to get, Kevin McMahon.
My evening is in danger, sir. Well, I'm happy to be back, and you know what? Even though I am representing Frozone and being freezing and cold, I got a hot take for you. I'm going to be quick, but Tyronn Lue and the Cleveland Cavaliers, we got a big situation. My man went 0-6, and they fire him. They cut him right there, and that's unfair. He brought one of the only NBA Finals to the city they've ever had after years and years and years. Yes, he had LeBron James, but he was the man who did it. And you're going to kick him to the curb like that? No respect. They're doing their best Rodney Dangerfield impersonation to Tyronn Lue because they're giving my man no respect. I hope somebody picks him up soon. The Knicks, give him an assistant coach role. Who cares anymore? All right, the HPU men's soccer team, they ended a seemingly perfect regular season on a high note by clinching the Big South regular season title. The 2-1 victory over Radford made HPU back-to-back regular season champions. Freshman Tony Pineda scored the equalizer for the Panthers on Saturday night against the Highlanders to bring the game back to even. Then it was Ryan Inman. He scored the game-deciding goal off a penalty kick. The 12th-ranked High Point University Panthers will wrap up the regular season this Wednesday on the road in Clinton, South Carolina, Clintopia, against the Blue Hose of PC at 7 o'clock. The HPU women's soccer team had their season come to an end on Saturday. They dropped the quarterfinal matchup to the #1 seeded Radford Highlanders, 2-0. The Panthers end their season with a 5-10-4 overall record and a conference record of 3-4-3. The women's cross-country team continued their dominance with a 4th Big South crown in 5 years. HPU finished with a conference best score of 23. HPU had their 5 scorers finish in the top 8. They also came home with 6 all-conference honors. Famke Heinz was named Runner of the Year for the 2nd year in a row. She's pretty sharp. In other cross-country news, the HPU men's team finished 3rd in the Big South Conference Championships. Also, the High Point volleyball team swept the Charleston Southern University Bucks on Friday night in the Miller Center. It was Molly Livingston. She led the way with 12 kills. You can go nuts for your seniors this Friday night in the Miller Center against Radford at 7 as High Point hosts like a tropical coconut-themed celebration for their seniors on senior night. It's going to be outstanding. And then in men's soccer lacrosse news, the NLL recently hosted their draft. High Point was well represented with 2 players being selected in the first round. The rich got richer as the defending champion Saskatchewan Rush selected Panther alumni Connor Robinson 5th overall. In the second round, the Calgary Roughnecks selected Adam Dixon 23rd overall. HPU News would like to say congratulations and mazel tov to both guys. We wish you good luck in this upcoming season. I'm sorry, I'm really getting the fog here on the glasses. In the nightcap, Tubby Smith and the High Point Panthers kick off their season with an exhibition game tonight against those pesky Guilford College Quakers tonight in the Miller Center at 7 o'clock. That is all I have, and this is the greatest good you're ever going to get.
Well, thank you, Frozone. We're glad to have you back.
Now, a moment of seriousness. Before we have a commercial break, we're going to take a moment of silence to honor the 11 victims who lost their lives in the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting on Saturday.
Thank you, and we'll be right back.
How am I going to pay for this?
My name is Yankee. My last name is Kendall. So jokes on you. League. Buy all the diamonds from Africa. Yes, they support the illegal diamondry. It's insane. You should follow them on Instagram.
Welcome back. I'm Courtney Wallen.
And I'm Reindeer Sean Wrinkle. There has been progress. In the study of wombology, a new shrink ray can change the size and shape of a block of gel-like material while human or bacteria cells grow on it. This tool holds promise for biomedical researchers, including those seeking to shed light on how to grow replacement tissues and organs for implants. And now we head over to our entertainment specialist, Ali Ortolani, with all things movies, music, and more. Ali?
Hey guys, it's Ali Ortolani here with your entertainment news for this week. Hopefully all of you guys have your costumes ready for Halloween tomorrow. As you can tell, I put a last-minute Where's Waldo costume with my glasses. Or if you're like me, though, I'm probably staying in. I have a Big E contest tomorrow. So, well, on topic of the box office has been buzzing lately. Halloween starring the widely known Jamie Lee Curtis and Nick Castle reprised their roles as Laurie Strode and the infamous killer Michael Myers. Set after 40 years after the original 1978 film, Michael Myers escapes from a mental institution and returns to Haddonfield, Illinois after his killing spree on Halloween night in 1978. Halloween has already grossed over $172 million worldwide, making it the highest grossing film in the franchise. The 2018 slasher film directed by David Gordon Green is the 11th installment in the Halloween film series. In my opinion, there's a huge difference in paying homage to a film and recycling. However, Halloween has been #1 on the box office for the past 2 consecutive weekends and has a 79% on Rotten Tomatoes. So perhaps it isn't full of just cliches and overused character archetypes. Although I have yet to see A Star is Born, I've been absolutely dying to see it, especially with a star-studded cast featuring Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga with a total gross of $250 million worldwide. This film came in a close second in the box office and received a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not to mention, but the 2018 film was produced and directed by Bradley Cooper in his directorial debut. Bradley Cooper's new take on the 1937 original film series. As Jackson Maine, a country singer privately battling alcohol and drug addiction, Jackson Maine later discovers and falls in love with struggling artist Allie, played by Lady Gaga. While Allie basically given up on her dreams, Jack persuades Allie into the spotlight. As Allie's career is beginning to take off, Jackson and Allie's relationship heads south. This gut-wrenchingly tragic film holds the audience's emotion till the very end. And if you're just as excited as me, this Friday, November 2nd, Bohemian Rhapsody is coming to theaters. The highly anticipated film features Rami Malek as the lead singer of Queen, Freddie Mercury, who is, at least for me, one of the most talented entertainers on the planet. The film comprises of the rise of Queen through their iconic songs and their unique revolutionary sound up to the 1985 Live Aid concert. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely seeing Bohemian Rhapsody this weekend. Now to the music world. Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga are continuing to dominate the charts. Thanks to A Star is Born, the soundtrack for that newly released film earns #1 for the 3rd consecutive week on the Billboard 200 chart, which to me is no surprise because Lady Gaga is obviously tremendously talented. Along with Feature and Juice, their world debut collaborative album, World on Drugs, earns the spot as #2 on the Billboard 200 chart. Although I have not personally listened to the collaborative album, I have heard only positive things about it. Then we have singer-songwriter Khalid lands his second top effort on the Billboard 200 for his new EP, Song City, which ranks at #8. Currently, his EP follows his debut-length studio album, American Teen, which reached #4 on September 29, 2017. Two former #1s on the Billboard 200 include Travis Scott's Astro World, which descends from #8 to #9, and Post Malone's Beer Bongs and Bentleys, slipping from #9 to #10. That's all for me this week. Have a happy Halloween. I'm Ali Ortolani. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, thank you, Ali. That was a terrifying entertainment segment.
Yeah, it was pretty spooky if you ask me.
Shark Naked. A man in Toronto is wanted for jumping naked into a shark tank at Ripley's Aquarium. The man reportedly purchased a ticket, undressed, and jumped into the shark tank, where he took a lap and then made a dash before police could arrive. They suspect the man may also be involved in an incident that took place later that night at a medieval times restaurant near the aquarium. I suppose the naked knight was quite suspicious.
A pig on the loose in California was lured back home by sheriff deputies equipped with Doritos tortilla chips. The hog, described as the size of a mini horse, was strutting through a residential neighborhood when deputies arrived. At first, the porker was protesting police efforts, but once the swine swindled the Dorito, he pigged out all the way home.
And the U.S. Embassy in Australia recently apologized for sending out a State Department invitation to a cat-themed pajama party. The invite featured a cat in a Cookie Monster onesie holding a plate of cookies, and after apologizing for the invitation error, they more sadly apologized that they had to, quote, disappoint those of you who were hoping to attend this cat pajama jam party. Well, I think that's all the time we have for tonight. I send you out with peace and love, but we must rein it in, my dear friends. I'm Sean Wrinkle.
And I'm Courtney Wallen. Have a great night and happy Halloween!
Halloween!
Boy.